Hello everyone, it's Raven. I'm joined by Delmont and Phantom, and we're checking out Marenello's ship. And it is called the Olympus SS, and then it looks like he's got another version of it called the Zeus. So I think we're gonna focus on the Olympus here, for the most part, because I will admit I like the Olympus a little bit better. Maybe I'm biased, I don't know, but I like it. At least better than the other one. I thought I saw Y-hole for a second.
We almost had to bust out the cannon.
I know, right? I almost had to spawn in an Argus.
Or two.
It's pretty close. Or 8.
Or 12.
Or 50. Or 100 like I did
7.
before and crashed the server.
That being said, the shape of this thing is really sweet.
It does have
obviously,
a really sleek line.
the two words that come to mind are space plane, and then the very next thing that enters my head, built by a human. I feel like this is more kind of immediate future rather than far future.
Yeah, I can understand that. I agree.
It kind of reminds me of almost the SR-71 Blackbird design, what with it long, sleek, with engines on the wings.
It looks like the SR-71 if it was bigger and converted into a space liner.
Yep.
Because this was
so Kerbal 71.
Yeah, kind of. Except
made out of blocks. Okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Interesting choice with the striping. I didn't even realize it was striping, actually. I thought that was negative space. The black and white, actually, in particular.
Yeah, I don't mind it, I gotta say. I will say it would almost, I'm curious as to what it would look like if the white were replaced with black.
On that sides?
One platform, right? Only where these black lines are, if that was just solid black, what would that look like, right? Because you've got it on the bottom, right? And it would match up. I don't know.
Yeah, I like the white a little bit better, I think, just because it matches with the forward fuselage.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
To be honest, another interesting thing about this, it really kind of captures the almost business jet-like feel.
Yeah, it does. Apparently, Marenello calls it a space yacht.
Which actually, yeah, look at the, you know how the bridges are on frickin' $1 million yachts. If you look right in the middle with the little, we've seen some stuff.
Yeah, we've been around at this point.
But if you look at the bridge, actually, alright, but well, that wouldn't really. It's kind of like the hangout zone, passenger-free kind of foyer deal. I don't know. It just reminds me of the top of a yacht. I do see that now that you've mentioned yacht specifically. I also like your choice of vents. It looks like the engines could close up once you're in space, which is a really nifty feature. That being said, not sure how I feel about the checkerboard ice crystals with the wedges in the back. I feel like maybe some more traditional engines might have looked a little better there. It does look kind of cool, though, in a peculiar sort of way.
Effect, I think
it's too busy.
It is a little too busy. Maybe if it was like layered, like each one of these was like a. I'm gonna say this. Each one was a step back, and that they were enclosed as if it was like a layered thruster system. That could work, but I think that you've got already. I think he's already got the engines, right? He's already got those ice crystals there for engines. I don't think he needs that. I think that could be a really cool slim line, right?
Yeah, you could trim that down.
There. Yeah.
Kind of extend the wing with a back chamfer. It'd be pretty neat. I also compliment the use of multiple colors. Definitely not something we see much anymore. We've got inside, we've got brown hull, we've got red hull, we've got gray hull, we've got white hull. You know, it's not skimping on the variety here. This is truly like a variety pack of colors, which is not done enough. I know I typically stick with 3, no matter what they are.
Yeah, that's about how I am too.
I've started to expand, but definitely good to see. I'm assuming he's a bit of a newer builder. Definitely good to see like the newer generation getting some, starting out, I suppose, with some more variety in color, which is like super awesome.
Have you checked out the nose? So at the very top, there's the white part. Now go down a floor, and that is pretty cool. Up at the very, very tip of the nose. And you've got basically business class up there, and that I like.
Yeah, the multi-deck.
Yeah.
And also the placement of the core room being below decks. And then you even have a little storage area. You have your cargo, you've got your come around the corners, you're back up into the yacht room. We're gonna call it the yacht room.
Yeah, yacht room. Okay, I can deal with that, I suppose. The name.
But the core room, it hides from you, honestly, and that's a good thing. I think you don't really want that, especially if you're doing a lot of passengers. You don't really want that to be the #1 primary destination for everybody gallivanting around in your ship.
Right. You want it to be out of the way so that you don't have a whole bunch of little kids running through your office or your town.
Yep. That being said, since gravity's fixed now, I would also recommend maybe switching out the chairs with some chairs you could actually stand in, sit in, whatever. Simply because the computers are nice, but not required anymore. And I'd love to be able to get that nice view out those windows that's afforded to us by the new patch.
But this would have to be a short distance liner, because it doesn't have a bathroom.
That's a good point.
And I don't think shitting out the window is an option.
I would say that maybe they afford you a plastic bag or something, a Ziploc.
No, man, we're in space. They like beam it out of you and beam it into the engines as fuel or something. I don't know. It's pretty meta.
It
meta
just gets turned into biodiesel.
Exactly. They beam food right into your stomach where we all eat Soylent and yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright. I do like it. I think the only other thing I could say, and maybe, and Del, I definitely want your opinion on this. Through the center, right? You see the one, the symmetry line there. I'm thinking that one center line. I like the white, but I almost say, if there was a different color line running through there, just to break up the halves, I think that it might just draw that eye forward and make it look a little bit sleeker.
I agree. Maybe not even the whole way, but just adding a little bit, just of sporadic detail. That, and at the tips of the wings, I'd like to see a little bit of white as well, even if it's just like 1 or 2 blocks, just because when you get further away from this thing in a darker sector, you lose that nice definition of that sleek shape to the space surrounding
Airbus style, or large liner, winglets that stick up. I think that could work if done correctly, and it would have to be.
I would say if you're gonna do that though, trade the middle fin for the winglet.
Yeah.
Do one smaller on the bottom part of the wing, and then one slightly larger on the top, and then ditch the very center one.
Yeah, and the whole reason that I even was thinking the black line is because that center winglet, and the fact that top part's just a little. Maybe it's just me, but it's really, really white, and unfortunately, it just doesn't have. I mean, you've got all this interesting stuff going on everywhere, and then the top of that is just white. It's just there.
I'd also say I'd like to see landing gear on this. It kind of yells out for it. I'd like to see Plex door landing gear, possibly activation block when the new thing comes out, and maybe even outline some landing gear wells. Make a square where the gear would be out of Grey Hull or something to that effect.
And there's so much space. That's the word I wanted. there's so much of it though, just to use for landing. It's great.
Yep. You could even do a red or green light on either wing.
Yeah.
You know, really go full aviation if you wanted. Take it to the next level. Hell, with the new patch, once again, you can make them flash using a very, very simple circuit, which will be easily available in a tutorial video at some point. So
it's already available in a tutorial video, aka
fair
mine.
point. There you go. No excuses. Put on your flashing wing lights. We want strobes too. Landing gear. You can control from the bridge. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think this thing has a lot of potential. And
I want to see it taken to the next level.
It looks good, but don't let it just look good. Keep pushing it, you know. And I mean, if you get burnt out on it a little bit, work on something else for a little while. Come on back to it, you know, or whatever else. But I think that from the front coming back a little ways, a black line, maybe that connects up with the black hole at the bottom, or maybe just a red line.
Just split the thing clean in half, honestly, until you get to that section with the door, and then you can. That would actually make some sense. You put that down into the black and white striping. Yeah. That's where your striping starts to make sense. I dig that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
But yeah, we got another ship.
Bring that up.
We got another ship in the same line.
So let's take a quick look at the one behind
Zeus R3. Yep.
And so my understanding is that the front one is the passenger liner, and that this was essentially based off of a similar or the same type frame, and it's the proper fighter.
Kind of like a B-24 versus a B-17.
Yeah.
It does the same job, just different.
Well, no. The front is not a fighter. This is an armed fighter.
Full-on fighter. Okay.
As far as I know, the Olympus does not have a gun to speak of. I didn't see one while I was in there. This is a proper fighter.
I dig the first two things stand out to me. I dig the cockpit. It's big. I don't know if I would go with constant yellow alert.
Yeah.
I feel like red would do really well there. And the paneling on the outside, the computers by the doors, I feel like those should definitely be all internal. Seeing external computers is kind of like a big, obviously it's meta, but it would, it would be a big flashing target to anybody who's like, look at that, there's a vital computer system on the outside of your ship. And obviously with such a neat ship, we don't want that. Yeah. And then it disappears.
And maybe this is just me, but I would say that maybe going red in here, with a lighting, but I would add some more color. Don't make it just white on the interior here. You had a great interior on the other one. Try to do something like that in here as best you can, because pure white. Yeah, most fighters are actually darker on the interior. Because
you had a lot of good color in the Olympus, so definitely don't give that up with this here. Do the different color floors, different color walls.
Yeah, that being said, I do like the snub style, and I like the if you look up here at the very nose, it's got a really cool pattern to it, and I like that a lot.
It does. There's negative space in there.
Yeah.
I would dig maybe lava or ice crystal there.
I think lava behind there could really work.
On the turrets, I don't know about the ice crystal. I think it needs some glowy bits out there, but maybe not that many glowy bits.
Yeah, maybe less glowy bits.
Maybe one on the tip of each gun, and then with the back of them, maybe you actually build it in, make a bit of a barrel for it. That being said, the negative space in the wing, what really stands out to me is, first of all, the thrusters. The pattern of thrusters actually looks good, but once we get underneath the ship, the missile launchers, that green kind of really pulls your eye away from the prettiness of the wing shape.
That the missile launcher, the green in the missile launcher underneath the part that juts out the nose, I don't have so much of a problem with that. It's the stuff underneath the wings. That's the stuff that really throws you off. Because the stuff that, I mean, maybe that's just me, but the part that sticks out underneath the nose only, right? That doesn't look too bad to me.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, we're going comparatively here, right? I mean, we tend to try to cover them up in general, but that's just us. But I would say that underneath the wings is where it really sticks out way more. And I think it's probably because you have exposed AMCs that I personally don't really mind the straight, you know, inline bit with the missiles, but the ones in the wings just doesn't really work for me.
Last but not least, I'd say that where you have the ribbing in the front, maybe thicken that up, draw it back, kind of match the curve of the forward section. We have pentas and tetras now, and you can like put those all on an angle, or thicken them up, because I think that amount of ribbing pulls a bit away from it. I think it breaks up the line a little bit too much and makes the thing look shorter than it really is.
Yeah, I agree.
That being said, I could definitely see this thing with like some freaking bombs hung underneath. That'd be pretty cool, like dockable bombs.
Yeah, disintegrator bombs. That'd be fun. I enjoy.
Or go full Sky Raider. You know, A1 Sky Raider. Look up a picture of that. A1 Sky Raider went into service, I think, like 1953 or something like that. Flew through the Vietnam War into Korea, and the thing carried like 8,000 pounds of bombs and underslung guns and napalm, all that stuff. The underside of that wing, I think, is begging for just weapon pods out the wazoo. Just all different types, except for KBs, because we'll kill you.
Yeah, they're illegal.
But barring that, especially with the new patch coming up, you know, laser pods, flak pods, machine gun pods, pulse pods, yeah, drone pods. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've kind of gone crazy on drone pods.
That's a new thing, isn't it? I haven't seen that yet.
Oh no. I mean, Zero's drone pods.
Oh, Zero's. Oh.
Yeah. Think about that. It would. Yeah, you could easily do that
sort of thing. Yeah, drone pods. Fixed docks.
Fixed
drop
docks,
off
drone pods. We're done.
All that good stuff.
That's it.
But yeah, man.
Yeah,
in general, not a bad ship at all. And I think I definitely like the Olympus more, but the other one is solid. I could use some work, but I see a lot of potential there. So, good work.
Basically, follow the same guidelines for the Olympus as for this. Keep trying to draw that eye forward, or well,
make it pretty.
Sleeker. Yeah, make it pretty.
Make it pretty.
Anyway, with that, I'm gonna have to call it here. So that was the Zeus and the Olympus by Marenello, and so yeah, thanks for showing us your ships, and we will see you all again next time.